What's up, family? I want to talk to you guys about something. Hey, so 2016, I had the privilege of being able to take some of my kids on a cruise to Alaska. And on our way up, we went by some amazingly beautiful glaciers. And we had even went to this place, what was it? Minnehaha Glacier. And I never realized how big that place was, how big the glacier really was, or why it was the color it was. It was almost like a bluish color. It completely surprised me. I always thought glaciers were white, but there were so many that was blue and just all these other different colors. Why am I talking about glaciers? In the work that I do, working with young people and just people in general, I've always talked a lot about the iceberg theory. The iceberg theory. This theory says it doesn't matter how big the iceberg is above water. Whatever you see above water is only 10% of how big that iceberg really is. The other 90% is underwater. Say again, it doesn't matter how big the iceberg is. Whatever you see above water, it's only 10% of how big that iceberg really is. The other 90% of it is underwater. And so I use that a lot when I'm talking to people about life, about our emotions, about our issues, about the things that trigger us. See, what we see, that's only 10% of the problem. That's only 10% of the issue. The other 90% is underwater. It's in our subconscious thoughts. We don't even realize that it's there. And so we see this 10% and we think we're good. We see this 10% and we say, it's no big deal. I'm okay. It's not a problem. And it's not because you don't understand that subconsciously there's a whole list, there's a whole slew of other stuff. Iceberg theory. This is why shadow work, and what I mean by shadow work. Shadow work is where we go in and start dealing with our subconscious thoughts. This is where we take all of those things that are up underneath the ocean that we don't see, that still affect our lives. And this is where we go in and start working at understanding and plugging away and resolving all of these other issues. Shadow work is critical, crucial to your growth and development. You cannot really grow until you understand that the great majority of the things going on in your life are a direct result of the things in your subconscious mind that you don't even realize exist, that you don't even realize are there. If all you think that you have to deal with is stuff that's in your conscious thought, you've lost. You're so far behind the power curve. You're so brainwashed. Your ego has you so manipulated and controlled that you think that's all there is. You don't even comprehend the fact that that's just the tip of the iceberg. Whatever you see in your conscious, whatever you see or you think is your issues, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to that. You've got to learn how to dive deep, how to go up under the current, how to go up under the surface, to even begin to imagine how deep it goes. It's like a weed. You think this weed is this big, never realizing how deep its roots go under the ground. And if you don't pull it up by the roots, it's going to keep growing. I don't care how many times you cut it off. I don't care how many times you cut the grass. And you think that it's gone. But if you don't get all the roots up, it's going to grow back. My hope and prayer is that no matter what you're dealing with, whether it's your anger issue, there's a reason why you have anger issues. It's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a reason why you don't feel secure. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a reason why you have anxiety. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Whatever it is that you're dealing with is just the tip of the iceberg. And this is why people are able to say things and it triggers you and it causes you to explode and erupt. And you can't comprehend why you reacted that way or why you got so ticked off or why you became so explosive is because you're just looking at the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more up underneath. That powder keg underneath is massive. It's like a volcano. You don't see the amount of lava that's underground. You can't comprehend how big that lava bed is. You just see the little mountain on top. And every now and then you'll see some smoke come out. Every now and then you'll even see some lava running down the side of it. You can't comprehend from looking from above how big that lava bed is, how deep it is. And then something causes it to blow. And the whole mountain just goes, and there's lava coming up everywhere. That's what happens to us. That's what happens to that little iceberg on top of the water that you see. Something happens and it triggers it and it causes it to erupt. And you got crap coming from deep down in your gut just spewing out. And you can't comprehend where all this crap is coming from, where all this anger, where all this hostility, where all this hurt, where all this pain is coming from. My hope and prayer is that you're capable, willing to do your shadow work, willing to go to the root of the problem, willing to see how deep the rabbit hole goes. And not just see how deep the rabbit hole goes, but to heal the rabbit hole, close the rabbit hole up so that it is no longer a problem. I love you guys.